Is this Bella Robinson?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. I want to thank the committee for hearing my testimony tonight and for all the sponsors. My name is Bella Robinson. I'm the Executive Director of Coyote, Rhode Island. And first of all, I'd like to explain why I helped Senator Sam Bell and the ACLU draft this bill 3 years ago. I am an abolitionist, but I understand about the only way you can get a police officer fired is to convict them for a felony. That's one of the reasons we went for the lower 3 years. I'm also a victim of this legislation. And we know this is systemic all over the country. That's why we know about the 2003 federal bill. I was at Lowell Correctional Institution in Florida. I did 3 years and 5 years for drug charges. I'm happy to report I've been clean for 14 years. I was sexually assaulted by correctional officers for 5 years. If you report it, you go to protective custody, which is the exact same cell they use for solitary confinement. Let this sink in. Nobody will give you a rape kit. You're not going to see a nurse, and you're going to be harassed. On top of that, during probation times, probation officers came to my home. They're allowed to search. I was assaulted by 2 different probation officers over the years. But I'm going to ask for 2 amendments on this bill. One, the bill needs to read detained or in custody. We know when police officers stop you to ID you, and you say, am I free to go? And they say, no, we're running your ID, you got to wait. You're being detained. They have all the power, whether you're in the handcuffs or not. You have testimony, written testimony from House of Hope and Coyote, who have confirmed that police officers in Providence are taking street-based sex workers behind abandoned buildings and threatening to take them to jail if they won't engage in a sex act. I also want to point out that during prostitution stings, police officers are allowed to get engaged in sex acts, even penetration to completion. This is obviously state-sponsored rape, and I would like the bill to be amended to include people under investigation. If you're a snitch, if you're a CI, if you're an undercover, you have no business having sex with anyone. And as Rep. Henry says, these are public servants being paid with our tax dollars. What business do any of them even having consensual sex at work? I'd be glad to take any questions that you have at this time. Thank you.